WA in 2 days. Here we are, and there's plenty of light left in the day. On day 2, we're back across to check out the southeast coast of WA in detail. And for night 2, we're stopping at Eucla Motor Hotel, just for something different. Never stayed here before. Okie dokie, next morning, day 3, just heading out of Eucla down the hill. Bada bing, have a look at that view. And it would appear we are heading into a heat wave. So down here on the south coast, the weather can vary a lot. It's usually windy. Quite often you'll get a southerly wind. Sometimes you're going to get a northerly or no wind. Looking at the weather across the Nullarbor at a few different places, it is looking like from today onwards we're going to see temperatures around 40 degrees, give or take, depending exactly where we are and how the weather actually turns out. Not a big deal, nothing we haven't seen before. The last couple of days we've seen high 20s, but it actually doesn't feel hot at all. I think it's because we've had a cool breeze blowing. There seems to be a fair bit of humidity around. The cold drinks, the beers are getting wet very quickly, so maybe it's the moisture in the air keeping us cool. We'll see if that continues or it stops. Could be interesting. For the sake of simplicity, I've got the clock on the car set on Melbourne time still. So it's 10:21 a.m. right now, and over the last few hours it's certainly warmed up quicker than the last couple of days. Last couple of days I'm looking at the low temperatures as low as 12 and 11 through Ballarat and Ararat, that sort of thing, and then again from Port Augusta was pretty cool. It warmed up slowly, but I'm watching it, it's literally gone from 26 to 27 since I'm talking to you right now in the last minute. Before I was watching it, it went 20, 21, 22, so it is warming up rapidly. We've got 27 degrees at the moment. It's probably only, I don't know, what time would it really be? It's probably about 9, or it depends what time you go by. It's a bit confusing out here, that's why I kind of just refer to it Melbourne time or Perth time or whatever, right? So, bada bing. The plan is we're going to head, we've been down here a little bit once before last year. Got a little bit stuck. It was quite wet. Hadn't rained for a while, but obviously it stayed wet for a while, and what we learned was it's a very clay type area that when it gets wet it can be pretty nasty. So we're going to go back, have a look at some of those spots where we got stuck last year. And there's no rain on the outlook, which is good. I don't think it's rained lately. That could mean we've got a lot of softer sand on the beaches. We're going to get on some beaches as well, so there could be a bit of recovery drama yet. Try and find you some nice spots and photos, so make sure you're on our Facebook group 4Before Adventures also, because that's probably where I'll drop a bunch of photos as well, a few updates. And if you want to be friends, Anthony Prado 4B on Facebook. If you've got a fairly normal looking family, normal person profile, I'll probably press accept on the friend request. Bada bing, bada boom. Catch you a little bit later down the track. The way we're going to do it this time, we're heading to Cocklebiddy at the moment for a final fuel top up, and then we're going to head in from there. Twilight Cove today. Hopefully conditions are favourable. Looks like the wind's dropping off a bit, which is good, and if it heats up, that'll be perfect, because what a cracker place to swim. So I think if that turns out the way I think it might, we're absolutely blessed on that one. And then we're going to continue back up the top and along the track, probably only 30-40 k's from there. We should find where we got to last time, where we were headed east, where we got stopped by a number of bodies of water and wet areas, which was a day of recoveries. Not too much detail in the videos, but you can probably go back and find those by looking in the playlist if you're interested. Limited footage, we don't have a camera crew, and when you're busy doing these things, you just get the job done. But yeah, it was, let's say, a bit more than what the doctor ordered. Well, just arriving up to Cocklebiddy, and Melbourne time 11:49. Local time, the phone says 9:35 a.m. So that's probably right. Cocklebiddy, 34 degrees. Anyway, there you go. Bada bing. Nutsland Nature Reserve. Nutsland Nature Reserve. Show you the signs, right? So at the back of the roadhouse, we have a bit of a look around, fluff around here and there. Take a wrong turn if you like. Stop and read the signs here if you like, it's probably good information. And in particular, read these signs, pretty straightforward. Yeah, Bird Observatory 54 kilometres and Twilight Cove 30, so it's hit Twilight Cove 30 k's, and then up the beach if you want to go to Bird Observatory this way. 38 degrees and rising. The other thing we did at the Roadhouse, we let the tyres down to 20 psi while we had a bit of a lunch break, you know, so we're all sorted, 20 psi. Right now, 40 degrees. It's 1 o'clock Melbourne time, local time's about 10:40 or something like that, more or less, something along those lines, but 40 degrees at 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. Crazy.
Well, I said we were here about a year ago, got he knew exactly when it was, you know. It was like, oh, when we were here, March or April, because he knew about his 350 mils they had, and so it's obviously stuck in their memory. It's not something that happens too often.
Yeah, that's it. Must have happened not long before we were here, people. Don't come down there in the wet. We just made it up to the first bit of sand and didn't make it up the hill because you had the traction control on. I thought, you know what? This rocky stuff, it's a bit rough. Let's let the tyres down a bit more. And they'd gone from 20 up to about 25. And we haven't exceeded about probably 20 to 30 k's an hour, even down to 10 k's. 41 degrees air temperature. We're getting into the sand up here soon. Don't forget to subscribe and turn the bell on because this video could be about to end and we'll chuck it in the next one. There'll be plenty of adventures in coming videos.